foals have been watching each other across the fence now for a couple of weeks. And I guess actually this foal is a month and 5 days old.
These two foals in particular, Sable and Rumple, we raised them and kept them quite some time.
8 days old. And we're putting them in the same pasture for the first time. And see if they'll play with each other.
I was raised in a home where my father happened to be a lifelong thoroughbred race horseman. He trained thoroughbreds, he rode thoroughbreds as a jockey until he got too big. He had to face the fact that he could not support a family on what income he could produce racing thoroughbred horses. And so he took his experience building things, barns, stables, and so forth, and applied that in commercial construction. By the time I came along, he was a builder. He was no longer a horseman. But nevertheless, his heart was still there. And so I was raised around our dinner table discussing thoroughbred pedigrees, thoroughbred seed stock, which stallions produce the greatest runners, and so forth. And I was raised in that sort of an atmosphere that made me, even though we owned no horses at that moment, I was curious and had a desire to learn and have that experience. When I was 9 years old, my father bought a cattle ranch in western Colorado, hoping that he could raise enough cows to be able to afford to raise some thoroughbreds and race them. I became a 10-year-old cowboy and loved that life. And when I was 12, my father got sick and died near Valentine's Day, February of 1963. That necessitated selling the Colorado ranch, and my dream life as a cowboy was cut short. It wasn't until 20 or 30 years later that I came to the realization that that experience never had closure for me. My lack of closure drove me to want to keep and raise horses as an adult with my own family and my own children. And so we, in our hokey way, tried to provide that experience for them.